perched playfully on the shores of the sacred land of India. In Kutch is a town, Mandvi. Enriched by a history of 1,000 years of traditions, glory and prosperity, and shining like a pearl on the sands of this heritage land, is Pandit Shyamji Krishna Varma. Yes, here in India, in a year when the freedom struggle had spread like an enormous wave across the nation, in 1857, a child was born. 4th October 1857. The sunshine port of Kutch Mandvi. A labourer in the boats on its shore was Karsan Bansali, whose wife Gomtibai gave birth to Shamu, the family's pristine progeny. When he was 10, Shamu lost his mother. Thereafter his father remarried a widow, and Shamu gained a sister, Dai. Shamu found it easy to reach for the stars. With the aid of municipal street lights and in the dusky environs of Bhubu Pandya schools, he completed his primary education. Dwarka Saint Harku Varma, impressed by the child's aptitude for Sanskrit, endowed him with the Vishnu Sahasranam and said, "Sanskrit will light up your life." In 1870, while studying in the Anglo-Vernacular Society School of Bhuj, Shamu debated on the Ashtadhyay with Mumbai's Sheth Mathura Das Lavji. So young and profound wisdom, Sheth took the youth with him to Mumbai. There first at Wilson's and then at Elphinstone's, Shamu passed out with flying colours. He learned Sanskrit at Vishwanath Shastri School. In 1876, an Oxford professor, Monia Williams, was working on the Sanskrit-English dictionary. In Mumbai, he met Shyamji and invited him to London. The Theosophical Society's Madame Blavatsky wrote, "Why? Shyamji's erudition is way better than Monier's. Why would he go?" But Swami Dayanand spurred him on, saying, "Go, Shyamji. Introduce your immense potential as an Indian to the people of England." Shyamji faced some difficulties in England in the beginning. His delayed arrival had set him back by some days, but he blazed ahead with renewed vigour. Oxford's first Indian graduate, entry into the Inner Temple and bar at law, presentation of memorable essays at the Asiatic Society and Orientalist Assembly. With these accomplishments, he came back to India for some time. He went back to England with his wife Bhanumati and returned to India after 2 years. India saw him work at Ajmer, Mumbai, Udaipur, Ratlam, Junagadh, in the field of law and the position of Diwan in a royal state with bittersweet experiences, and forged a friendship with Lokmanya Tilak. When Tilak was imprisoned at Mandalay, Shyamji remembered his injunction, "Stride ahead with your efforts for India's freedom abroad." Lokmanya Tilak's fiery ordeal will drive us towards independence. "I will go, reach foreign soil and proclaim to the countries of the world, look at our country reeling under the subjunction of the British imperialists, who through the weapons of poverty, epidemics, starvation, oppression, jail, firearms and hanging are destroying India. We want total independence of our motherland." With the coming of the 20th century, the freedom struggle blazed ahead on foreign shores. Shyamji took active part in it. At Nationalist and Social Democrat Herbert Spencer's funeral, he announced his contribution for the Spencer Scholarships and Lectureship. On 18th February 1905, he formed the Home Rule Society in London, a rallying call for securing home rule back in India. There the need for a newspaper too was felt. The Indian Sociologist was launched as a cry for India's freedom in countries all over the world. Editor Shyamji Krishna Varma. Cost 1 penny. Objective: an organ of freedom and political, social and religious reform. Place of publication: Queenswood Avenue, Highgate, London North. And starts with the words of Herbert Spencer: "Freedom. Freedom for humanity." From 1905 to 1927, the newspaper kept making waves, bellowing its views. In London, restrictions were placed. An Irish publisher, Guy the Altrade, was jailed. The press was confiscated. Headquarters of the newspaper were shifted from London to Paris. During the World War, England requested France to hand over the newspaper's treacherous editor. From France, the newspaper found its way to Geneva, where Panditji spent his last years. A nationalist newspaper with so many headquarters. Yet, the pen flowing with boundless ideas, a rare event in the world's history indeed. Similarly, in 1905 was born India House, the historic fountainhead of India's struggle. A three-storied building on Highgate, a mystery house for Britishers, but a shrine for India's warriors for peace. For students coming from India, India House functioned as hostel accommodation. It was inaugurated by British nationalist Hindman and were barrister Sardar Singh Rana, Madam Kama, Lala Lajpat Rai and Dadabhai Navroji too were present. India House became associated for unparalleled events in history. Too many associations were made. It was here that South Africa's barrister Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi met Shyamji Krishna Varma. With a letter from Tilak, Vinayak Rao Savarkar reached London, and then there were brilliant happenings. The 1857 half-centenary year was celebrated with fervour. Contact with Lenin took place. Here Savarkar chronicled 1857's history. Homage was paid to Indian martyrs. The youth Madanlal Dhingra publicly gunned down the oppressive British official Curzon Willey and was hanged. Savarkar was caught in London itself and sentenced to 2 life imprisonments in India. Adhering to the decision taken at India House in 1907, Madam Kama unfurled the first national flag at the International Socialist Conference in Stuttgart. And what does Maxim Gorky, writer and philosopher, tell Shyamji in a letter? As per you, Krishna Varma, India's Mazzini, the desires of the great people of India, you alone can comprehend. A revolution never allows peace to prevail. As poet Nazrul Islam says, we, the eternally restless rebels. Panditji's last years too were devoted to relentless efforts for independence. By bestowing scholarships to many students, he inspired their roles in the fight for freedom. He set up institutions abroad. As memorials on the demise of Spencer and Tilak, he declared donations for lectureships in India. Panditji got together selfless groups that strived for political freedom in London, kept contacts alive in the Russia, Japan, America, Egypt, China, Afghanistan, Ireland geographies, and constantly kept writing for the Indian sociologist. He gave away huge sums of monies to the poor French and Swiss children and donated a valuable library to the Sorbonne University. 31st of March 1930, India, where a pinch of salt led to the gallows. Revolutionaries all over the country were transforming her destiny. Gandhiji was on his Dandi march and in Lahore jail, waiting to kiss the news were rebels Sardar Bhagat Singh, Rajguru and Sukhdev. And in those very days, in a foreign land, the father of the Indian Revolution, Pandit Shyamji Krishna Varma, is passing away. The sick Shyamji is in a Geneva hospital. With him is his wife, who at 13 years of age entered into wedlock for a lifelong companionship. Bhanumati is taking care of him. From India to Geneva arrives a delegation. In it is Babu Shiv Prasad Gupta, who learns of this and reaches the hospital. There lies Shyamji Krishna Varma's body, and sobbing inconsolably is Bhanumati. From Paris, loyal companion Sardar Singh Rana comes running. On the 3rd day after Shyamji Krishna Varma's death, his body is cast to eternal flames, a farewell for a solitary journey. If there was one place in India where he was given a sorrowful farewell, was in Lahore jail by Sardar Bhagat Singh and his jail inmates. Mera Rang De Basanti Chola's young leaders were able to recognize the sacrifice of another brave revolutionary, so similar to themselves, and sang in unison in his honor. And in free India, what a sensitive, emotional setting in memory of Shyamji. Shyamji's last wish was that his ashes be brought back to a free India. For this, a trust was set up. In Geneva, the urns were retracted. India regained freedom in 1947. In 1950, a new constitution was formed. In the very first parliament were around 50 members who had studied abroad with Panditjis and Rana scholarships. Indulal Yagnik wrote the first comprehensive biography of Panditji in 1935. It was published in 1950. The Indian sociologist, in his renewed circulation, published a second life sketch in 2001, written by Vishnu Pandya and Aarti Pandya. Erstwhile Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Chief Minister Narendra Modi dedicated it to the people at Bhuj Kutch. In 2003, Chief Minister Narendra Modi returned from Geneva with the ashes to Gujarat. The entire Gujarat came all out in a sentimental remembrance in this brave leader's memory. And in Mandvi, Shyamji's birthplace, the urns were instated forever. Near Mandvi's seashore, Pandit Shyamji Krishna Varma's memorial is now in place. On 4th October 2009, Panditji's birthday, the memorial was commemorated. Here, the replica of London's India House will come alive. Pictures of freedom fighters, books and souvenirs will thrill the new generation. Near Mandvi's Maska village, in vast precincts, the statues of Panditji and life-mate Bhanumati will stand as beacons of inspiration.
1857 ની 4 ઓક્ટોબરે લીમડાવાળી શેરીમાં જન્મેલા શ્યામજી અને 2009 ની 4 ઓક્ટોબરે એમનો કીર્તિસ્તંભ. એક જલાવતન જિંદગીની આ યાદગાર યાત્રા છે. કચ્છથી માંડીને અનેક લોકોના એમાં સમર્થન 1967 થી સાંપડ્યા છે. એક પછી એક પ્રયત્નો થતા રહ્યા, પુસ્તકો લખાયા અને એનું અંતિમ પરિણામ વર્તમાન મુખ્યમંત્રી શ્રી નરેન્દ્રભાઈના વરદ હસ્તે વિદેશમાં જઈને પોતાના વિસ્મૃત ક્રાંતિકારના અસ્થિ ખભે ઉપાડીને લાવ્યા હોય, આ વિરલ ઘટના છે.
શ્યામજી કૃષ્ણ વર્મા સાથે આ દેશની તરુણાઈને જોડવા માટેનો પ્રયાસ એ દિશાનું એક જવાબદારી ભર્યું સાત્વિક પગલું છે. અન્યાયની સામે સંઘર્ષ કરવો, અંગ્રેજોના નાક નીચે મિત્રો, જ્યાં અંગ્રેજ સલ્તનત તો ક્યારે સૂર્યાસ્ત નહોતો થતો, એ ભૂમિ પર ઉભા રહીને આ શ્યામજી કૃષ્ણ વર્માએ અંગ્રેજ સલ્તનતને લલકારી હતી. અને મિત્રો, હિન્દુસ્તાન પર અત્યાચાર કરનાર લોકોને મદનલાલ ધીંગરાને પિસ્તોલ આપીને કહ્યું આને રેંચી નાખવાય. અને મદનલાલ ધીંગરાએ લંડનની ધરતી પર હિન્દુસ્તાન પર અત્યાચાર કરનાર લોકોને ગોળીઓથી ભીંડી દીધા. મિત્રો, જે દિવસે શ્યામજી કૃષ્ણ વર્માએ દેહ છોડ્યો ને 1930માં, એ વખતે આ દેશના આઝાદી સાથે જોડાયેલા અનેક લોકો હતા કે જેમને શ્યામજી કૃષ્ણ વર્માને શ્રદ્ધાંજલિ આપવાની ફુરસદ નહોતી મળી. અને જ્યારે ભગતસિંહને જેલમાં ખબર પડી લાહોરમાં કે શ્યામજીએ દેહ છોડ્યો છે, ત્યારે આ દેશની અંદર શ્યામજીને શ્રદ્ધાંજલિ આપવાનું કામ લાહોરની જેલમાં ભગતસિંહે કર્યું. આ દેશની આઝાદીનો જે આનંદ લૂંટીએ છે એના માટે કેટલા બિરલાઓએ બલિદાન આપ્યા છે, એ બલિદાનની ગાથાનો અનુભવ કરી શકે એવું પ્રેરક સ્થાન આ માંડવીના દરિયા કિનારે ઊભું કરવાની નેમ છે ભાઈઓ. 1930 થી 2003 સુધી 73 વર્ષ સુધી એમના અસ્થિ રાહ જોતા હતા કે કોઈક લાલ આવે અને આઝાદ હિન્દુસ્તાનની અંદર મારા અસ્થિ લઈ જાય. મારા જીવતા જીતો હું આઝાદી ન જોઈ શક્યો, પરંતુ મારા અસ્થિ આઝાદ હિન્દુસ્તાનમાં જાય એના માટેની એક તડપ લઈને જેના અસ્થિ રાહ જોતા 73 વર્ષ સુધી અસ્થિ રાહ જોતા રહે. ઇતિહાસની દુનિયાની કદાચ આ વિરલ ઘટના હશે. અને 73 વર્ષ સુધી રાહ જોયા પછી એ અસ્થિને હિન્દુસ્તાનમાં આવવા માટેનો અવસર મળ્યો. અને આ દેશના અંદર અનેક લોકોએ આશ્ચર્ય થયું કે આખરે આ શ્યામજી કૃષ્ણ વર્મા હતા કોણ? ઇતિહાસ ભૂલવાડી દેવામાં આવે છે. સ્વરાજ માટે ખપી જવાનું હતું, સુરાજ્ય માટે, દેશ માટે જીવી જવાની જરૂર છે. શ્યામજીનું જીવન દેશ માટે જીવવાની આપણને પ્રેરણા આપે. એ જ અપેક્ષા. જય જય ગરવી ગુજરાત.
For the first time in Gujarat, one can hear the refrains of an armed revolutionary and thinker in the environs of this memorial dedicated to the great leader. May your glory shine on forever. O Mother, as for us, who knows how long we live.